Allison Prior and I teach acrylic paintings for the beginner and all levels. And today we're going to do this beautiful Monet garden with the bridge. I have easy techniques for you, so get all your supplies and let's get started. So, just look at halfway and then come up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to paint this sky up here blue, and then we're going to put the trees on after. Now this is a 16 by 20 canvas, so it's bigger than obviously the 11 by 14, and I find you need more paint, and but it gives you a lot more room for detail. Now I know we don't need to paint the whole thing because we're going to be putting trees there, but just in case there's some opening in the trees, then you will be able to have your sky there. So we're just going to put in a nice bright blue sky. Make it nice and cheerful. Let's get started. You want probably some clouds in there, be nice. So we'll just put in some blue. I'm just putting it sort of crisscross strokes. See those darks and those lights? See, I'm getting 3 values just by putting the paint on my brush and the white, but not totally mixing it. And then I will just, and then if it gets too blue, see, I'm just putting crisscross strokes, see? Alright, and then I'm going to put some white on my brush, only white, and put that on there, and that will smooth it all out. And that way you'll be able to get a nice bright sky. Okay, so now we're going to go only white. Don't go with any more blue. Alright, there we go. Good. Now you can also do your bottom at the same time, but we're just going to do one bit at a time just so you don't get confused. Makes it much easier. Okay. Nice. Some darks and some lights. If you want to add a little more white to it, you can certainly do that. If you want to just scribble in some white like that, just kind of gives a nice, doesn't have to be perfect clouds, because you just want the suggestion of clouds. We don't want to worry about clouds today. We get enough to worry about now with the trees and everything coming up, so. Alright, so that's kind of cute, isn't it? You can have it whatever way you want. See? Plain but nice. I like it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I want my trees. So I'm going to be pouncing on around here. And I want to get a really dark color, like the one I showed you before is lighter, but I want to get a really dark color and just using my 1-inch bristle brush, okay? Bristles in order to get some really nice trees. So like this bristle brush where the tips are pointy, okay? Gives you better trees. So you can try both. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip in. Now I'm not going to use pure black, because if you use pure black and let it dry, then it'll just be a flat black and it'll darken your colors. It'll make them a flat color. Make them, see, look at this. Just look at that, the way I'm getting those tops of those. I'm not even just pushing here just to mix my colors. So that's black. And then I'm going to add blue and green together. I'm sorry, blue and, so I'm going to add blue and yellow together to get a really nice green. You can also use this color green here, sap green. But I think this would be fun. Black and my green. So I'm going to put the green and the yellow into my black. Because like I said, if you just put in pure black, it's going to really flatten your colors. And you won't be able to get those nice bright colors on top. So just add the colors into the black. And if you add black and yellow together, you also get green. So I'm getting a really nice dark green. As you can see, we'll see it now more here. So let's decide. Just tap, 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 tap. See how nice and dark that is? You can go around the sides here too, just so that you can. So I don't know how far you decide to come up. Monet's garden, you can take it from all different angles, and that way you can get different. Right, so just as long as you're getting your nice dark, and the bristles on this brush will give you some nice tops to your trees. Okay. Now, some people don't like to use black at all because it fades out your colors, like I said. But if you add colors to it, you'll get some really nice dark greens. See that? Now you're going to have different heights. Just tap, 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 tap. You might make that one a little fuller. Just bring it out a little bit just to give it a more fullness. In the center here I might put another tree that just put blue and yellow together and some black, that will get a really dark green. And as you can see, those trees are coming out really nice already, right? You can see it already, that there's texture and there's shape. See it? So pretty. Now you don't need to touch the tops because they're already there for you, okay? So we don't want to touch the tops. So we just want to enhance those colors. So I'm going to go back into my yellow and dirty brush so I can get a lighter green. And I'm going to pick some spots and I want to lighten that up, see? And the more you layer your paint, the more realistic it looks. Now because the paint is still wet, it might just absorb into what we already have there. So let that dry. And then we'll come back and put more highlights on it. Okay? That's what we'll do. There we go. Those trees are pretty already, aren't they? Let's get some color in them. Let's get some color. Let's see what we can do with them. Let's take, you know, could be autumn, could be, I'm just going to add a little bit of, I'm just going to take some of my colors. And I'm going to add some, I see some bushes down here, like some nice, oh, nice, look at the red, oh, wow, look at that. How pretty is that? Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to add some red. It's a nice red bush, isn't it? Try to keep some of that dark. We'll add a little more red probably here. Just want to add some different colored bushes. Red is pretty. Then you can add some, you need to put some colors of the same color in different places, and it kind of gives us harmony. That's how you get harmony in your paintings. So now I'm going to add some yellow, give it some oranges. Just mixing some colors together. Cad red, cad yellow is a nice color. I'll just add a bit of brighter colors here. I'm using my Bristle brush. Right? It's pretty, isn't it? And a little bit over here. And then I'm going to add some, I'm going to brighten it up with white. White. All right. Maybe there's some little white ones, brighter color ones here. If they don't turn out the way you hoped, go back and get some green and go back with your dark greens, okay? I'll just add a little bit of color to these trees up here. See? Don't need to do anything too much, but Monet's garden was full of color. Depend on, you know, it depends on the time of year, but lots of color. It looks so much better when I got color. I think it does. So just add some color on the edge of the trees here so you can get to keep some of your darks, alright? So you're starting to look pretty already. So a bristle brush is much easier to work with because you got those bristles and they're hard and you can punch and stab, push, tap, tap, tap. Gotta get some nice red and some lighter color, pinkish color. Be nice for a change. There's a little bit here somewhere. Pinks. You don't want to overdo it too much. I know I get carried away sometimes. I can't help it. It's so pretty. Pretty colors. So just play around until you're happy with what you see. See where light is coming in. If light is coming in from the right, then do the right side of the trees color. What color would that be nice there, I wonder? I'm going to add a little bit of, I think, orange. Orangey, like red and yellow and pink. There you are. Hard to find you sometimes. Some white. You know, I just want to see if I can get a little bit of color going on there. But I don't want it to be overpowering. So I'm tapping very, very lightly. Alright, very, very lightly. So I'm going to clean off my brush because I don't want too much paint on there, and I'm going to tap in whatever's left over on my brush. Just to make it. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. Just adding color. Put too much paint on your brush, just wipe it off and tap it around. Alright, now I'm going to clean off my brush and I'm going to bring it out with some yellows. I think yellows would be nice. I'm adding a bit of white to my yellow because that will make it more opaque. White and yellow. White and yellow. I want it nice and bright. Just going to dab some in here and there just to bring it out a bit. Just dab, 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 tap, 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 tap. Isn't that pretty? Maybe it's a little bit on this tree here. Maybe here. That way you can separate it from that tree and make it look like an extra tree there. A little bit here and there, not to worry. So getting some nice colors going on there, especially tips of the trees where the light is shining on those. Sun is shining on those tips of those trees. Lots of color, isn't it? I love color. Just over on the edge here. I'm not going to, because that tree is hidden, so I don't want too much. Wipe off your brush if there's too much paint on it and just use whatever's left over. This one you can pull down. It could be the edge of that big tree. There we go. That looks better. Nice. Just kind of tapping on wherever, you know. It doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason to it. You're just adding color. Very pretty. Now let's take off our tape. Isn't that nice so far? So let's get some sky color down here so we can use that for reflections. for our trees and things. So let's go with our white and blue again. So a bit of blue, some white, same as we did up on top, okay? So let's just get some of that in, just to get a reflection from at the top there, from the sky. All right. So we're going to be adding more bushes and more trees. We'll have some fun. Just put it on any old way you want, okay? If you want to add some blue, put some of those darks in there, like we did at the top, and then add your white. And you don't even have to come over to the very edge, but you can if you want to. I'm just getting the center here, just so that we can have somewhere to put the reflections. A little bit, using my 1 inch. See, you can go, just be loose, be loose. Be foot loose. Get your feet going. Tap your toes. Just have fun. So just be loose. Alright. Just putting some white and blue on my brush. Look. Just being loose. Kind of like the top part, see? Because I want to use them white and blue. And I'm just going back and forth. And when I want to, I put lots of white in there. See? Isn't that nice? So, just to smooth it out a bit, you just go back and forth. And you can just go and add some more white for those kind of a reflection of the clouds in the sky there. Like that. Just wiggle it around. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Good. We don't need too much more with that. Just want to make it very simple and quick. So, you can have... so with our 1 inch brush, we will start putting some more bushes down around here, okay? Just to have some sense of some extra bushes. So I'm going to go with the same dark colors, the black and the yellow and the green, and make the dark green. See the dark green, and add more yellow to lighten it up a bit, a little bit of black, right? So we'll bring those bushes down here. Okay, and around the side. Good. See how dark the green is? But yet you can still see the green, so it's not totally black. See? So we're going to have some more flowers. There's some dark down here. Come over here. Nice and dark. Nice dark green. Good. So I like this brush because it gives you those, you know, already made bushes and shapes. Nice. Some more over here. Good. Looking good so far. As long as you get those dark greens, you can do anything. Because in here we're going to have all the, we have the bridge, and then we're going to have, put some more here. Probably come over here a little bit more. The bridge comes up over here. Water goes back. Okay. So now we'll put some reflections. Okay, so that way we can have some nice reflections into the water, and we will get some more green. So you're going to get basically the same colors as on top, and we're going to go with our dark green that we did, remember, we put together, our original dark green. See the nice mess I got here? So I'm going to put some green, make it my own green, and then I'm going to mix it in with the dark colors so that it'll be nice and dark, be basically the same as what's on top. And we will still do, I'm thinking maybe in, let's see, think. We'll just put some, just gently tap, gently. Doesn't have to be exactly the same because it's under the water, so don't worry too much. Okay, so I'm using a smaller bristle brush this time. And we'll bring it way down. We gotta come down to here. Alright, we got those smaller trees here. Like I said, they don't have to be exactly the same, as long as you get an idea that you're getting reflection from the top part into the water. And that's also reflected. Alright. That comes in here. Try to get the distance the same if you can. This one here is wider. There's some here. It comes down. See how nice reflections make your painting? Reflections darken up the water and make it look really nice. So, that one there. Just try to get some resemblance of the top part, okay? Just some resemblance. Like I said, it's underwater, so it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Nice. I think that will do. And we'll add the colors to it now in a little while. I just want to make sure I fill it in a bit better. Just tap, 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 tap. That's all. Just tap, 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 tap. There we go. Get the shape you want. One looks similar to the top part. That's cool. Nice. So let's add some color to this. These are reflections now also. So let's add the colors to them. We got a bit of red going on. See the reds and pinks and things like that going on there? So we're reflecting this here. It's a reflection. Make it more red. Red up here. I'm going to add a little more red to it. Right? Good. We'll add a little more red to here. So just reflect on the bottom what's on the top. And this one we're going to add, let's see, some pinkish color. So we'll add a bit of white. So we got a bit of pink here. And I'm just going to freshen up the top parts while I'm doing the bottom part. Like, got a little bit of reflection here like this. So wherever you see them, top here. Here. Any more? There's one there. A little bit here. That I'm going to say is the willow tree. That has a different color to it. Let's see any more pink. I don't see any more pink there. Unless you want to add some extra pink. Some pink in the trees here. So I don't have much paint on my brush, just what's left over from what I was doing up there, just so that it won't stand out too much, because okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to orange it up a little bit. As you can see on the top, there's an orangey color in with that. And as we know, I don't want too much. Just trying to reflect the same colors, which I just messed up a little bit there, but that's okay. A little bit messy. I like this one here. I want to brighten that up a little bit. See how pretty that is? Good. So that was red and white and yellow, just to get a kind of a funny orangey color. But I'm also going to add a little bit of green to that, just to see if I can come up with some colors that matches up there. So you can now don't push too hard, okay? Just tap, tap, tap. Gently tap, tap, tap. We don't want to do too much here because we already have everything established up here. You can improve it, do whatever improvements you want, but let's not change it. So I'm just trying to get something similar color of the this here. So what I did was I just added the red and the white, a little bit of green, and then I mixed it up so that it's similar to what I did up here, and a little bit of yellow, I think, to make kind of orangey. So this here is the willow tree. I'm barely touching the canvas, and I don't have a big lot of paint on my brush, so be careful there. Alright. Well, down here, I'll probably put some little bushes or something, because that reflects up there. That's fine. But I think maybe I'll add some bushes. I'm just going to do this for now, just to see what it looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm experimenting to see what I want to do first. So I'm thinking maybe some nice flowers and things down here, because we already have the reflections up there. And then clean off your brush. I might brighten up some of that red there. Just here. See? Just little taps. Whatever you do up here, do it down there. Okay, that looks nice. Something similar to another one I did, but it wasn't a Monet. But it was just reflections of trees. And it looks really nice also. So now I'm going to add some nice flowers down here. So just let's add some red. Just go into your colors, whatever colors you want. You can mix your colors to get different kinds of flowers. So we'll just add some nice flowers here like this. For now, we can do some changes. Nice flowers here, look. Okay, pinks are nice. And add some more color to this up here. Add a little more white to brighten up even more. I'm just gonna see, I'm just tapping very lightly. Okay, Here we go. So just tap in some red flowers here and here and here and here, and then you add white to your red to get pink, and you tap on some more pink, and you use this brush with all those nice pointy tips on, the bristles, and you keep tapping until you're happy. See how nice the white makes it when you tap on white? White is nice. Brings it out more. So we're trying to portray some nice flowers, right? So I'm going to go back and put some yellows in there. Yellow and white. Put some yellows in between there. All mix up really nicely. Just all you're doing is tapping in your colors. You're just tapping in colors, because that's all. If you look at Monet's paintings, you can tell that he didn't do a big lot of detail, because he kind of just threw on color, as you could see in these paintings. He put on the color, and it came out beautiful, see? And that's just a matter of mixing in color on top of color, which is good, right? A little more yellow. Let's see where we need yellow. Just tapping on color. Basically, that's all you're doing. That's all you need to do, really. So that's pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to go into some dark green. You can make some black and green together, and some yellow and blue, so the black won't be too flat. But I want it to be green. I'm just going to touch up this part down here. So put some yellow and green together, yellow and blue, a little bit of black, and that's a really nice dark color that you get there. I'm just going to finish up these bottoms here. I just want it to look like those flowers are sitting on. All right. Good. So now we will, in the water here, we will scrub on some lily pads, and I'm just going to use a dark green. Just a dark green, same colors we used before, black, yellow, blue, and green, or whatever you want there. Just touch and pull. Okay. Make all these pretty lily pads, small ones and big ones. There we go. Add some red to that to give it some color. Put them under here so that the grass don't look messy on the bottom here. So I just got a flat brush, and I'm just putting red and green. Sort of overlap some of them. More green. And as they come forward, they're going to get bigger. Right? So you just touch and pull. If you want to, you can make it round in the front. So you can make like a smiley face, sad face. Kind of like an oval shape. Nice big one there. You come down around like that, it'll look more like a some small ones around there. All over the place. So this is just the underpainting for it now because I want to add colors on top of these. Just touch and pull. Push on your brush to get it, to make sure it spreads open. Lily pads everywhere. So you put them at the bottom of that grass, then that smooths out the grass a bit too, right? Good. Maybe another big one over here. Good. Now let's add some yellow to our green to brighten up the top parts of those. Make sure you leave a bottom part that's dark. Just go on the tops there. Maybe add a little bit of white to brighten it up even more. Some yellow and white. That way you'll get that top part nice and bright. Oops. You don't want it to look like, you want to keep it flat. Add more white if you have to. I'm going on top so that I don't lose my bottom, so I don't lose the shadow on the bottom. See? Yellow and white, whatever colors you want to lay on top. If you want to add some more yellow and white, you can do that. Even add a little bit of red. I want to keep some color going here. Lighten it up with some white and yellow. I want to put some back here just so it looks like, makes that look like it's underwater. I got them everywhere. Little ones, big ones. Just using yellow and white. Now you can also just put on the yellow and white first. We'll do with the small ones. Like this. You can do this also. And then you get a darker color, like a dark green, and you put it underneath it for a shadow. Then it's done quickly. See? So either way, you put your dark on, as long as you got that dark bottom, you're okay. Dark shadow. Nice. You can blend them a little bit if you like. Now, it's nice, isn't it? We'll put the bridge on now soon, but I want to add some little lilies on top of those lily pads. So I'm going to use my flat brush that I've been using, and I'll clean it off. Makes it pretty simple, just red on one side and white on the other side of your brush. And you just, you can have the red side down or the white, doesn't matter. And then you just touch on the edge of your lily pad and pull up, pull up, pull up on the chiseled edge, right? And you can even have them in the middle if you want. Look, isn't that pretty? White. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. See, nothing complicated. I always try to make it simple as I can because I know there's a lot of people out there who are brand new at painting, and I just try to make things so simple that you'll say, yeah, I can do it. And you can do it. Just need to know some of the techniques, that's all. See how pretty that is? I don't know what other colors we can put in there. Maybe maybe some green and yellow. Green on one side and yellow on the other. How about that? Let's try that. Yeah. Why not? Need more white. We get too much green, just put in more white and they'll blend together. See? Look. Look. How pretty? Look at that. Touch up. Oh. Put some red in there again if you want on your dirty brush. That way you get a few different colors. I'm too big back here because they're supposed to be further away, right? Just touch. If you want them smaller, just touch, touch, touch. Touch, 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 touch. Touch. Put some white on if not showing up. Just put some white on. The brush should be pretty dirty by now. Touch. And when you get further in front, then you can start touch and pull. Maybe there's some more here. Just look how pretty they are. Can you see that? So simple. See? push and pull. White, red, or whatever colors you want. Let's make sure you get some white on there to show them off. Make sure. If you're having a hard time, just touch, 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 okay? Touch, 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 touch. Not enough red on that one. A bit more white, so go back and forth, okay? I'm just touching the small ones because they're a bit small, they're hard to put on there sometimes. I'll just tap, 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 tap. You can layer them. See, you can layer them. Get some highlights going on here. Just a few little extra highlights. You don't want it to be too dull. So you can fix it up whatever way you want. We want to smooth that out a little bit on the bottom here, so I'm just going to add a little color to it. Sort of like a reflection. So smooth out a bit of darker green. Just on the bottom. Just make it look like a reflection. So what I'll do is, making those reflections, and to make it look like a reflection, let's get some of this smooth out first. So I'm just softening up the bottoms. And then we're going to add some water lines to make it look more like reflections, okay? So I'm going to use my, I'll use my flat brush still. I think we'll be okay with that. And we'll add some white, a little bit of blue. I'm thinking the water lines can be kind of a, more on a bright blue side to reflect the sky. Some white. And then put some water lines in between the bottom of that see, some water lines. That separates the shadow. This one here I messed up a little bit, so I'm just going to go back with some blue and white. So as you can see, I messed it up a bit. So if you mess up something, just fix it with the original color, which is the watercolor. See, when you layer things, it's really nice. It kind of gives it more depth, more interest, more things going on. I don't want it too busy, but because this is a lot of flowers on the go here, it's okay. It matches and suits the painting. See? Put those water lines. This is all underwater here, but these are not. These here are not underwater, but this here is underwater. So you want to put some water lines here just to show that that's underwater. A little bit of a water line here between the trees and the water itself. Just so you can separate them a little bit. Okay. Coming along. Oops. Oops. When you hear me say oops, you know I made a mistake or I did something that I don't like. These are just water lines. I made my water lines too thick there. So that's an easy fix. I'll just go into my dark green and I'll fix that up. See? No problem. That looks kind of nice. I think we'll put the bridge on now, and then if we have more highlighting and different things to do with it, we can do that. So I think we did good with that so far, and I made it pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It takes a little longer and it's a little tedious because there's a lot to do. There's a lot of small details there. So let's add a bridge. Now, like I said, this is not finished yet. I got some highlights and different things to do. I may even have to add more flowers and things on the side of the bridge. I'll see. I'm trying to decide if I should make the bridge, the big bridge, like I have here. No, that's pretty different than what I'm doing, but, or a smaller bridge, you know. So I'm thinking maybe we could do a bridge probably from here. We put some more bushes here and here, and we do a bridge from here. Make it look a little further away rather than being on top of you, because you got all this other nice stuff on top. I'm not really sure. Let me think. So let's take our chalk and we will decide where are we going to have our bridge. So it's okay to have it probably here and maybe over here. Distance. Let's take our finger. And let's take our finger, and it's in here. Nice big bridge. I want a big bridge, it's big enough so that you can really see it. The bottom part we're going to start with first, okay? And then we'll work on top. So, let's go up, 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 and over. Not bad. That looks nice. Now we're going to be painting over that, so you can adjust it if you need to. And we need another part, which is here. We got to get that over here, okay, like this. So we will go on top, just follow what you already did. Good. And one more. So start here, close to what you did, and one more. Let's see on top. Don't need to be too far away, but far enough so that it's from it. Okay, now we have some railings. Okay, go vertical. One railing, and let's see, one railing, two, one in the center, one vertical, vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put another one here and another one here, just to say that's on the other side of that one. I think that should do it. Make any adjustments we need to. Alright, see what happens. We're going to use a small flat chiseled edge brush to paint on our bridge. Some green on the bottom and white on the other side. I think that will be easier. Okay, green on the bottom, white on the other side. Trying to get, see where I'm left-handed, it should be this way, like this. Now we can't get the white, we'll highlight it after. You go right over your chalk. That's better. So we'll highlight that after. So I'm going to put some more green on my brush. Do the next one. So the white didn't come off, so we'll have to do that after, okay? All right. Nice big bridge. Good. So just add white to your brush and then go on top of what you did. Touch, chiseled edge. Hopefully you got a steadier hand than me. Hopefully the paint is wet for you. Try to keep it wet, that way it will blend nicely. Alright. And if you put too much white on, just go back and put some green in there. You just need your shadow, your 3 values, okay? So your shadow, and it comes out medium, and then your white. So if you lose some of that shadow, just put some dark back in there, see? At the bottom. See how it's blending nicely? Good. And also, this next one here has a bit of highlight on it. All right. nice. And this one. Oops. Oopsie daisies. Now, put your green on again. Let's try it this time, green on one side and white on the other. Green on one side and white on the other. Let's see, because I'm going to use that for these posts. Oops. Vertical. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bit of white on it again because I didn't get that highlight I wanted. Decide where the sun is coming in. As always, I always do it on the right, but it's nice sometimes to change it up. Just pick up a bit of white if you have to and get it on that edge there just to have a little bit of light. And I'm going to put one here and one here. Extra ones here. Just gives it that illusion of them being on the other side also. So that doesn't look too bad, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nice dark green, mix the black and green together. And I'm going to use that for a shadow because I lost some of my shadow. And you want to separate those posts from underneath there, see? But if you already got it, then leave it. You don't need to do this again if you already got your shadow and it stayed there. I just want to show you in case some of you guys lost your shadow. Should say your shadow side. Alright, so there we go. A bit of a shadow side on these posts. Right. Shadow up here. There we go. Got a bit of a shadow there now. A little bit of shadow on the edge of these. If I didn't. See, little shadows and things like that. It helps. So you can fiddle with this, you know. You got, you know, more time. I'm trying to get the video done for you, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I want to show you step by step what I'm doing. That way you can at least have some idea of what to do. Even though my lines might be crooked, you can make yours straight. I have a very light green. See, sometimes it's not just making a stroke, one stroke. Sometimes you've got to go over things several times before you can get it the way you want it. So don't go thinking, how come it's taking me so long to do this, or how come I can't get it? Because that's the way painting is. Painting is taking your time, getting all your little details in. Getting it the way you like it. Trying to do it in a way that you're happy with it. Because we're going to cover in this bridge here, so I'm going to use my green. My same colors, green and blue, makes a beautiful green. Look at that green, isn't that gorgeous? And then you can add some bushes over here just to cover that up, sort of. There we go. There we go, that's nice. And then we'll, so don't think we're covering up the work that you already did. Just think of that as practice. Practice and learning. All right. So we'll put some color on that now to make it look like two nice edges there. So let's add some yellows and reds and greens and whatever you want, okay? So just add some touches. Nice little yellow ones there. Put some yellow ones on the other side for harmony. All right. Some yellow ones up here a little bit. Let's go and wipe off your brush a little bit and pick up some red, kind of a pinkish color, red and white. Okay. Good. And we'll do the same on the other side again. Pretty. Pretty nice. And a little more white to that. Brighten it up. I'm going to brighten these up a little bit here too. Just tap, tap, tap. Simple as pie. You gotta have the proper brush. Use a flat chiseled edge brush. You're not going to get this. Some white, maybe some blue, some different colors. It's so pretty, isn't it? I like it, you know. I really do. Might be a little messy looking places, but I really like it. Some green here and just separate those there. Some white and yellow and green. Just scrub that over there like that. Almost like lilies. Same over here. Nice, isn't it? I think it's very pretty. I'm going to add some yellow and white together. Put some highlights here. So you can just dab on some of these, and you can put on your shadow color underneath, very, very dark green, and that will make it look like it's sitting on top of the water. So use your chiseled edge or a small round brush. We'll be doing some more work with these now after. Just want to get that much done first. But as you can see, all the things that we added looks really pretty, doesn't it? I must say, that looks really nice. I'm going to be adding a few more things, but it's coming along. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's really pretty. I'm happy with it, I think. Are you? Let me know, because I don't want to send you astray. You know, that's my version, okay? That's my version of the Monet painting. Claude Monet is an amazing artist, and that's just my version. There's no way that I can paint exactly like Claude Monet, and I don't think anybody can really teach you unless that's what they do. They're really into that kind of painting. But we all have our different styles. So if you have a different style, it's going to be almost impossible for you to even want to paint like Claude Monet. But at least you can do your own version if you want to. So I'm just cleaning my brush and picking up some green. Just laying in a few little dots of green here just to just bring that together a little bit. Just bring it together. There's some grasses here. Sort of like a reflection there, and maybe. Thank you for painting along with me today. I really enjoyed this painting, and I'm so happy that you joined me. And I have another bonus video for more advanced, if you want to be more advanced in your flowers and your water lilies and bridge. I'm going to change things up, and I'm going to make it more elaborate, and I'm going to put a lot more detail in it, so you can keep an eye out for that bonus video coming up. And also, if you want to see more of my videos, just give me a like and subscribe, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye.